serving others. We just, we don't believe that we can achieve. And so the ceiling has basically been, oh, Daniel Kaluuya, wow, great actor. We're like, oh, it's okay to fail. My role model sucked so many times. So if you have daddy issues, it's all right. The first black president didn't have a daddy growing up. But we didn't think everybody and their mother's mother would be linked to these things in the way that they blew up. Bro, you should never settle on anything, bro. Always ask yourself, can I get funnier than this? And it made sense. Can I get funnier than this? Is this the best version of this that I can put out there? Half were like, hey, let's go back outside. The other half were like, I can drink from inside.
So hey everyone, welcome to another yet episode on We Need to Talk podcast by Gather Now Network. Today's guest is one that I don't need even to introduce because he is been such an influential part of my life, and he is been lovely in your ears and faces at some point, and we are going to be having a conversation about literally everything. Honestly, my producer was telling me to box this conversation in one thing, but I'm like, you know what? With this guest, we don't need to guest a conversation in one box. Let's just leave it open and see where it goes. And I hope you guys enjoy this conversation. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's Gather Now Network. But we also have our sister channel, that's We Need to Talk podcast. You can subscribe to both of them. And you can also choose to listen to this episode wherever you get your podcast from. Anchor, not right now it's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Stephen Bartlett also has something from Flight Story that we are still exploring whether to join that or not. But wherever you get your podcast from, you can be able to listen. So join me on welcoming Keke on the podcast. Keke, welcome, man.
Thanks, bro. Thank you for having me. We have been planning this thing for the last 5 years. Before you left the country, we had like so many plans, come to Kisementi. Oh, I'll come next week. Oh, then COVID happens. Okay, then come next week. Then there's a war that happens. And then someone gets married. So it's been 5 years.
Who got married?
But here we are, because even this was come last weekend. I'm like, okay, fine, but I have to do this. I have to go shopping. And we never say inshallah.
Yeah, but today's conversation, I really just want us to have literally talk about literally anything that comes to our mind, because our dear listeners and viewers just want to understand, if someone met you on a street and they don't know who Keke is, how simply would you explain to them what you do and why you do it?
I hear you. So listen, if I met someone on the street right now, I mean, I'm doing everything, actually. If someone asks me, what am I doing? Everything means I'm out there being a dad, being a teacher, being a farmer, a producer, a mentor. I do certain podcasts that are yet to be released. It's I'm in a point of my life right now where you can't box me, just like this conversation. I'm just like doing everything, actually. If someone called me I can tell you this, I'm also part of, I'm an admin in a Muslim community of Kulambiro. So I got so many posts right now. And I absolutely love it, because every day is a brand new day, is an adventure. I don't do the same thing back to back. One day I'm at my son's graduation and I'm being a super dad. And the next day we're doing dawah, we're helping the poor in the community. The third day I'm out there shouting on a podcast about what there could be change in our country. So it's everything. It's just I'm enjoying God's green earth. Just doing everything as He sends it, and I'm open to new things. And I think just having a guy like Zoran Mamdani show Ugandans that we have no limits on what we can do. Yeah, I'm doing everything.
You've just spoken about Mamdani. Mamdani has done wonders around the world. What's your take on him and what he's doing right now? And what has opened up for like many Ugandans in the world? Like, what opportunities are available for us at the moment with Katas of Mamdani?
I mean, what he has done basically is he's removed the ceiling. You know, sometimes we box ourselves. Oh, I have a degree in this, so you want to do that. I have a degree in polishing wood. So your mindset and your headspace is in that world. And many of us Ugandans try to zamanya. That basically means we've been cheating ourselves. You know, we are just doing very odd jobs in the world. We're going out there and just serving others. We just, you know, we don't believe that we can achieve. And so the ceiling has basically been, oh, Daniel Kaluuya, wow, great actor. Or some guy won a Super Bowl with the New York Giants in 10 years ago. Oh, so we have just had, so what he has done by going out in the world and showing them that I'm a Ugandan born kid, I've done this, but I can still come to New York, which is the most known city in the world, which is the biggest city, biggest economy, 100 things about New York, and take it and dominate it, and not just win luckily, a proper landslide, proper historic, mind-blowing, Trump-ruffling win. You know, the biggest thing, and if you went to the big things out of Uganda, the biggest thing since before this out of Uganda, if you think about it, on that level, is Idi Amin. I mean, the other things don't, because when you rate Uganda on a neutral level, people don't think about the stuff we do on the our gold medals stay in the Olympics, our Commonwealth medals. Oh, we did this, we did that. But on that, what Mamdani did, for him to be mentioned every single day on CNN, on Fox, around the world on the social medias, it basically is an Idi Amin level, because everyone in the world knows New York. New York is like Michael Jackson. It's those generics like Pepsi is like a huge thing. So everyone will know. In the NBA, the New York Knicks are a shit team, but everyone floods Madison Square Garden. Right. What does that tell you? When you see Eddie Kenzo or was it Lydia Jasmine? No, was it on Times Square for just an hour? Yeah. It's a big deal. When a guy becomes New York mayor, and I think it's basically from his mom and dad. I mean, his dad being a professor, his mom being a girl who, again, Ugandan born, goes out there into the world, studies and becomes a director, does a movie, gets Denzel Washington to be in a movie. Do you see what I mean? And then the story she makes for Denzel Washington is about a young Asian family that leave Uganda because of Idi Amin and run off to America and conquer Washington. You understand? Though Denzel, so many years later, young Asian family leave Uganda through Cape Town all the way to the States to conquer New York and then eventually Washington, where Trump is, right? I mean, what does that tell you? They believe, and they just show Ugandans, listen, you guys are from the river of Moses, the river Nile. We're a blessed nation. You can never limit what we can do. Go out there and test yourself. This guy was going against Trump head on. He's telling every Ugandan kid out there, whether you're black, Asian, as long as you're born here, have the confidence, have the balls, have the spirit to go out there and dominate. I see what you're doing out there as well. I've seen other Ugandan kids, whether it's in sport, broadcasts, you name it. Go out there and do your thing and do it well. And this kid is a kid who, he didn't begin in politics. You know, he began with helping out his mom on a movie set. And then from there, he's doing a rap song with his friend. So he's done everything to find his calling. What does that tell you? You can never settle. You have so many dreams, so many things. So go out there every single day and challenge yourself. And then in trying to meet new people and new communities, you will find your true calling. That's where he is, you know. So
that's very brilliant, which is something actually that I feel like we should be now heading into as a conversation, like trying to find your path through this digital and saturated environment. Like, we are having very many opportunities, but we also having very less people getting engaged with these opportunities. Like, there are various opportunities that are around within our current environment, which is something like, okay, everyone listening right now is being bombarded by content. You've been like in the media game for a while. When you look at the digital landscape, like in Uganda versus when you started, does it feel like the opportunity to you, or does it just feel like noise everywhere?
I mean, now it's a lot easier now, you know, so much easier to be a star now, to make it now. I mean, back in the day, to be a star, when I was starting out, you had to go to a station, do a voice test, wait for months to be called back. Now, you think, I'm good. Just get a camera, get internet, shoot yourself, post it. The likes will let you know. There's that filter of, we shall call you in 2 weeks. It's now gone, you know. Now really it's a battle of who can go, who can stay consistent, and who can create. Because I mean, there's a lot of copycat stuff where if someone is dancing, let's all dance. If someone is doing this, so that's gonna happen. And don't knock anybody for copying each other. I mean, it's hard to be creative on a level where I need to churn out new stuff every single day. The difference maker is really who stays in the game year after year after year after year. There's so many stories to tell. There's so many ways to tell them. There's so many things you can do: skits, you can do plays, you can read stuff, you can just sit for the camera and just go at it. There's so many levels to achieve. There's so many ways. You can decide to be a televangelist. My friend Daniel Canyeres, he began in radio, then TV, then stage, and now on TikTok, he's televangelist. Like, just keep growing. And every new year, ask yourself, me as Amon, do I want to do the podcast the same version? How about next year we talk to a new demographic? So we have going to a point where it's just us to limit ourselves. You now can't get fired anymore from your job because you are the job. So right now it's really on us, and I think it's right. I wish this was there when I was kicking off. If the fire that we had then in this current setup, we would have a real blast. And the kids who have the hunger for it are having a real good time because they release stuff every single day. They talk about everything. They are everywhere. And I just pray that this generation develops a passion for releasing stuff, for guys, what are we doing tomorrow? What are we doing tomorrow? Like they just keep, because we have so many stories to tell. And people think, because you're telling the same stories. Don't talk about the Rolex. Don't talk about the same old Ugandan stories. There's so many others that you don't know about, and that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, bro, you can even just go back and dig up what has already been told and has stopped being told, by 2010, and say, let's retell these other babies again. Let's retell the Idi Amin story in our way on Netflix in that 5-part series. Yeah. You get what I mean? Let's look at Idi from this version of the dude. Because every other person has painted Idi Amin as a villain. How about we create a story where he's the good guy and the other guys are the villains, and let's see how the world will see it. And you see, so we need to just keep poking ourselves. And there's a guy I worked for, he used to, at Limelight, a guy called Nigel Sutton, he helped me learn creative writing. And he told me, bro, you should never settle on anything, bro. Always ask yourself, can I get funnier than this? And it made sense. Can I get funnier than this? Is this the best version of this that I can put out there? Sometimes we just send to our producer, our supervisor, and we chill. Oh, we're done. And he just tells, just change this and this and this. And that's it. And we move on. Now, bro, I think we need to keep asking ourselves, can this get funnier? Can this get more interesting? Yeah. Can this and you keep doing that and keep doing that. And in fact, you should work for a producer or boss who keeps saying, nah, bro, let's do it again. Because there you get pissed with him in the moment, like, man, I've been saying this the whole day, but when you go back and redo, you find a different way to tell it. And the more you keep flipping up the different ways to tell the stories, the different things you churn out. And you keep, because they say we use a bit of our brain, we leave a huge chunk. And so if we said, how about try to find different, the things we would do? Yeah. Magic, right?
I mean, when you look at, if you could go back in maybe 10 years from now, let's say maybe even 15, when you're just starting your career, with the knowledge of how saturated the space would become right now, what's that one thing you would have done differently to protect your peace as KK?
Yeah. Now, if I could go back, wow. Really, I could probably have really maximized Facebook. Maximized. Because I think we played in that. We played in it because there's so many things you look back and think. Because when it was kicking off in Uganda, 2006, 7, I was on radio then, 7. And so we were the pioneers on radio. We were pushing guys to get onto Facebook. And I remember we kicked off the first Facebook group of radio. And then 3 years later, when I joined Vision Group, and then we kicked off Twitter there, 09, 010. We're pioneering these things, but not doing them to the maximum. If I could go back now, knowing how these things would blow up, we would make a killing, bro. What? Because in that point and that time, we knew that they would grow and be big, but we didn't think everybody and their mother's mother would be linked to these things in the way that they blew up. We didn't think, because at the time, remember, BlackBerry was the boss.
BlackBerry.
I'm on the BlackBerry, I'm a BlackBerry service. So we thought things would stay exclusive. We didn't think other companies would cheapify phones. You get? So yes, there would be the BlackBerry crew, but they would have the Toyota syndrome, where we'll create something for everybody. We'll have the BlackBerries, we'll have the HTCs, the iPhones, the what, up to the technos. So everyone will be linked to the internet. So and it's still growing, because it's still just a percentage of it. So I think if I was to go back here, I'd really I'd stay hot on those things. I think we'd be billionaires by now.
Billionaires.
You
know, speaking about like while growing up, I would speak about like having an HTC, and I didn't know how even it looked like, but just because it sounded even cool, like just to speak about HTC in the village, I'd be like, yeah, I want to own an HTC. Even when Facebook came, like everyone was on Facebook, man. You've just spoken about groups. Facebook like ruled over the world. The other day I was listening to this podcast about how Mark Zuckerberg started Facebook, and it was insane, like how he was determined to rule the world. Like the few people that were in his life that wanted to give him money to buy him out, and he was almost signing the check actually, but just in a simple conversation that he had with, I think, his professor in that moment, and the professor told him, you don't have to settle for this. That changed the whole narrative of like going from just colleges, going to high schools, going to everywhere, and Facebook became something. And now we're talking about it in Uganda, ruling like the whole, generation right now. Even when it's blocked right now in Uganda, I think is it still blocked though?
It's been blocked. Yes, since the last election, bro. So it's been a 5-year span, but we've been alright because. There's been so many copycats from Instagram to Snapchat, WhatsApp. We're okay. WeChat. So it's like actually at the time they blocked Facebook, like we were trying to outgrow it. We're good there. Let's move. So when they blocked it, we're like, it's okay, Mr. President. Imagine they blocked like WhatsApp.
Facebook is still one of the most leading social media platforms that creatives are utilizing to make money. Even when like a few countries are still despising it, it's still one of that major leading social media platforms that has been enabled. Yeah.
Listen, bro, it was the number one leader of divorce. 1 in 4 divorces in the last so many years was because of Facebook. So that's how big it got. Like it just dominates marriages and everything. And that Zuckerberg thing you mentioned, by the way, let's go back to it. In life, we all look for that one idea, that one thing. As a kid, you're growing up, your dad takes you to football school, to what school, and he finds one thing you can do. So your dad maximizes on it. When Zuckerberg, through those twins, found the magic in Facebook in that college, he's like, this is it. The magic of knowing people, I have it. There were copycat things, the MySpaces, the high fives, but the way this thing was set up, there was no way he could sell it. He just knew this is it. And if I make this and perfect this, the US government will hire me to do stuff, to spy for them. This is it. You just saw the magic it did at Harvard, and he was ready to not graduate and just move on. I would never sell that. That was genius. And those two boys, they'll forever cry for losing it. The twins. For
listener listening in or watching this on YouTube, you might be wondering why I'm so excited to have a conversation with KK. I'll just tell you a simple story. KK is one of the people that believed in me first when I was just starting into the media space. He's not someone that comes out to give out things that he's doing. I would like to give you your flowers, by the way, KK. Okay, here, right. KK, I would like to give you your flowers. Man, I remember when I was just starting to get into this whole media thing. I would go to KK and Guy would be talking to me about joining TikTok. You don't have to bring your show here, just study anywhere. Oh, you'd be able to give me an idea like of how like to twitch around the idea, because back then we had like very many ideas. We wanted to get on radio. I had a friend, Magezi Joy, we like getting a show, and KK would be that person who would be able to twitch in here and there, and the conversations would be free, and they would feel like, this is someone who's supporting you, this is someone who's guiding you to the direction that you need to be at. And from that day, whenever we'll have like conversations, it would feel like, man, this guy understands me, this guy understands what I want. So from that day, I think I picked that this guy, KK, is someone who pushes talent, someone who nurtures talent, but also someone who wishes well to people. So, speaking about that, KK, what is it that you see in people that keeps you doing what you do?
Just the Spirit of God, really. The greatest commandment is love thy neighbor. One of the greatest commandments. Love thy neighbor as you love yourself. And so what that means is, in this world, we're here to win. And you've had things like the only man who wants the best for you or for you to do better than him is your dad. So our job is to break these things. Like, why should the only man who wants you to do better than him be your dad? Why should another random man want you to do better than him? And here's a mindset: be the best version of yourself in your world, not in my world, because we all have our different worlds. I want to be I want to be the best dad in my kids' world, but I want to help you become the best dad in your kids' world and the best whatever you're doing in your world. So, and I believe like when you empower people, they empower you. When you help others, the universe helps you. God reaches out to you. So, it just became a feel I saw, I think, from even being raised in the church, whether it's watching Pastor Kayanja or Pastor Gary Skinner, just help people, whether it's band members, singers, like they gave people platforms to just be stars, to minister and to achieve and see the world, get visas to the States, to Buckingham Palace, just by serving God. Now these great men would use those platforms. So same here, many people would approach me, help me get a job, help me come to the company you're working at. So many times you can't get them in, because as much as you want them to come work with you, your bosses have a tight budget or a tight slate. So what else can you do for this young person who wants to come through? Advice, talk to them, show them the things you missed out that you basically learned on the way. So you give them shortcuts to their greatness. And if you help them get to their level, God will help you get to yours, because you're running different races. Okay. He wants to be on Netflix. He wants to be on Amazon Prime. This guy wants to be an actor at Sun Double. You want to be a director. If you help them get to where they are going and they pray and say, thank you, God, he'll help you direct your path, And so you have to keep reminding yourself every single day, I need to help somebody's heart. The universe, God helps me. And then if you keep doing this every single day, just naturally, they'll get to a point in your life where it's a natural thing. You just want to do it, whether they're going to pay you or not, because you're working for something greater. If you work for them, you get disappointed. That's what breaks people. That's why we're depressed and we're sad, because I've been blue ticked. Oh, my friends didn't say thank you. Oh, no. You're looking for thanks and approval from the wrong people. Your thanks and approval is from up there. Okay. Look for it from up there, and all this will be a win. Trust me. And so nothing will matter anymore down here. Everything will be greater up there. So you'll have joy in helping people. People will give you phone calls. We have a church charity. We want to help the poor. You won't even ask, is there money? You just get onto a border, get into your car, you'll drive there. Oh, come MC us. We have like a 200K. You'll go MC. If they don't pay you on time, you won't ask them, where's my money? You don't even remind them. You just go away. And then they'll be surprised. What I mean, he didn't ask for money. Let's just pay him out of guilt. You understand? Because your mindset was different. You came to serve, to be a good guy, to make the kids happy. If the boss back here didn't give you like a 250 they promised you, well, guess what you got? You got 100 new fans, in front there who loved what you gave them. And that's a generation of new fans who love you. And that's doors opening up for your kids. Oh, your dad came and MC for us at our graduation. Yeah. You understand what I mean? So it's never about that. It's really about the bigger picture. And once you get that mindset going, life is so beautiful.
How do I get into that mindset, KK?
You build it over years. Like I said, I grew up with watching Pastor Kayanja in Miracle Center, watching Pastor Gary Skinner. Also just when you grew up in the church, you see different missionaries coming to Uganda to help, and missionaries come with a smile because they come, oh, these guys are poor. These guys, they think we're always starving. So they come with the biggest smile, they come with sweets. So you get that mindset, oh, Bazungu are nice people. So you get the thing of, I need to be. It's just because to each other we're kind of mean, but to the outside world we're good. So when you get that mindset of, let's not just be too nice to everybody else, but nice to, to every person, not just the pretty girl who gives you coffee. No. Everyone, the safe border guy who picks you up, the guy at the counter who has overchecked you and is being a dick. You gotta be nice to everything, because when you pray and say, God, I need to make me nicer, immediately the devil will send you a test. Like, you're feeling so good. As you walk out like this, someone will step on your shoe. Trust me, they want you to fail. The little demons out there. So once you pray to the Almighty, be ready for the test. It's going to come immediately. That was the test. And so you have to try and pass tests every day. It takes a while. You don't just wake up one morning and you're good. No. You're gonna make many mistakes. You F up. You'll abuse somebody. I'm like, oh, did I do that? But as long as you keep refreshing, every time the sun comes up, you come up and say, this is a new day, it's a new me. You will be good. Many times, Amon, we don't forgive ourselves. So we have backlog, So we wake up with anger of yesterday. And so we're still angry at people. No, if you keep forgiving yourself and forgiving people, you wake up better, fresher, and looking for a better opportunity to do stuff. So bro. It's but pray. Pray, because when you pray, prayer cleanses the heart.
For a man who is been in the media space, I know that you are trying to take a break, or you're taking a break, which we're going to talk about briefly in the next few minutes. But for a man who is trying to take a break and also has been in the media space, you know a lot about God. And what is funny is, Keke, we didn't tell the listeners or viewers, Keke stands for Karim Katuram, right? So Karim, speaking about Kayanja, Pastor Gary Skinner, missionaries, help us connect that.
But God really manifests himself in different ways. And I found myself reading the Quran in 2013 and just saying, wow, because the Quran is basically, when you read it, you just see the Old Testament. There's the same stories there: Moses, Abraham, Musa, that's Moses. Jesus is there, Mary is there. Mary has a whole chapter, a surah called Surah Maryam. They talk about Jesus in the Quran more than they talk about Muhammad, peace be upon them. And you read about Jesus, Prophet Isa, and you're like, wow. And it's everything the Bible says. There's just only one little difference. The Bible says this is the Son of God. The Quran says this is a prophet from God. And so it's just a little small thing. And I'm thinking, so who's right? But then I think to myself, it shouldn't matter who is right, as long as you're doing good, as long as you're following the 10 Commandments, whatever. And I just found myself gravitating towards Islam more. It felt more accurate on so many things. For the Jesus part, I just told myself, he's got to be a prophet more than the Son, because in Islam we believe God is one. He's a creator. He's the all beautiful, all what. There's no way, because when you ask people, okay, what race was Jesus? And people will be like, he was black, or he was white, or was what? I'm like, because you think Jesus had a race. If he was truly the Son of God, I don't think God would have made that mistake to send his Son with a certain race, because then other races would have been like, God. So us black or us white, we're not that special to you. So there's no way God can make that mistake to send a Son. He definitely was a prophet. So hence why I came the other side, So, and it's just the tradition, the whole fasting, forgiveness, giving, loving, sharing, caring. And also I feel like in Islam, it caters more to the man. Because when you follow the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, a man is tested in so many ways. We are tested via our finances, via our bosses, via our relationships. And Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, all these things he is tested. From his first wife who he lost to all his 13 wives, the things that test a man. With Christianity, Prophet Jesus, you don't see the tests that a normal man faces. Relationships, children, what? His tests were very. You don't see him in the teenage years. It's basically born in a manger, then with his disciples, then crucifixion. So as a guy, when someone says, what would Jesus do? If a girl is hollering at me, there's no part in the Bible where Jesus is being hollered at what he does, how he fights off the girl.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is an easier role model because Jesus was too perfect. You understand? So he's hard to follow because he's too
You've spoken
perfect.
about the mind,
This-
just briefly there. I'm just going to come back to it. I just want to ask, when do you remember that one moment, or which one moment do you remember that God showed up for you? You're like, yeah, God, you really, really showed up for me.
This is God.
Yeah.
God, yeah? I mean, he's always doing miracles for me.
Do you
Crazy
have like a
miracles.
specific
Like,
moment that
I'll
you
tell
can
a story.
highlight that
Oh,
he
yeah, like last year, last year I'll tell you this. Last year we had a function. We had a function in Mbarara. I was supposed to transport certain people for this function. That was my job. And there was like 3 days to go to the function. I had no way. I was out of money. I was so stressed. So someone told me about this surah called Waqiah. It's in the Quran. If you read it, it's full of miracles. So I just pray at the 7 o'clock prayer called Maghrib. So I open the surah, I read it. So I'm there reading it, and then I get a phone call in the middle of the surah. Phone call from my friend. I used to work with that vision group. So she's like, hi KK, long time. I'm like, hey, what's up, sis? So she's like, oh no, I'm here with my boyfriend. He needs some help. I'm like, oh, great. So he puts me on speakerphone, and the boyfriend is like, hey, what's up, KK? Salam alaikum. Alaikum salam, Mr. Farouk. And he's like, we have this bus. It's a party bus. We want just it to move around. Want you to do an advert about this bus. It will be going to Mbarara in 3 days. It has space. If you have people who want to get into the bus, do you understand how my need was being in the same moment? Exact thing I needed, exact location, exact everything. It was a miracle where I was just like, God, wow, get out of here. Get out of in accuracy. You see what I mean? So he's always done that. And there's a song from CC Winans, The Goodness of God.
Yeah.
I think you know it. And I think it's been done by everybody, by so many bands. Even Hush just did a remake. But the line where they say, all my life you've been faithful. And when you think about it, whether you've lost parents, whether you've gone through expulsion, whether you've done whether you've been fired, he always comes around for us. We never sleep hungry for more than 2 days. He's always been there. The sun always comes up. So there's miracles every single day. In the Quran they say, just the fact that the sun comes up every day and there's nighttime, that's the biggest miracle. The fact that he knows that, Emona Ahoye, Alpha Akoye, let me take away the sun, let me bring darkness, let me cool the world, go please rest.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You understand?
Man.
That is the most basic
That's
thing. See, let me send
That's
this
the
guy's
power from
rain.
Almighty.
When the rain comes, it will have no salt in it. You see, so all those miracles every single day. It's like people think miracles should be a Lamborghini outside. No, bro. Him removing the sun for you to go and rest your tired body is the first miracle of there was creation.
Amazing.
12 hours of the day, 12 of the night. Hello. I mean, imagine it used to rain salt. You get? Imagine when you'd cry, there'd be no tears. How
You just
painful
remind me
would
of
be.
that movie of Jesus where the lady was told not to look behind, and then they looked behind, and then they became salt.
Turned into salt. Yeah.
And then it's
that's
raining salt
Sodom and
every
Gomorrah.
day.
Yeah, you see what I mean? So she got salty. So yeah, so just the miracles are there every day, Amon, every single day. And the key thing is just to be the best version of yourself in the universe. When you give love to the universe, wallahi, it gives love back to you. And you know this, Amon.
I know this,
you know
man.
this. As long as you honor your father and mother, if you follow the 10 commandments, I swear to you, in English that means the world is so easy for you.
Well, the
What's
journey of
together?
spirituality is really, really important, especially for very many young adults that are going through a lot right now. You know, we have a lot of pressure to become what we want to become, which is the whole vision and mission for personally Gather Now Network. We want to advise and encourage young adults like to become, chase, dream, whatever they want to want to achieve in life, and the journey of becoming is like isolated. It becomes so much intense that it's, you're headed to a right direction that you feel you're supposed to head to, but there is a lot of obstacles right now. There is like a lonely epidemic keke that's going on at the moment. We feel like we are connected, but we are not. We are a generation where we feel like, oh, there is Keke, my friend, there is Alpha, there is certain Eunice, there is a certain Peter somewhere. But these people are also living their own journey. They're trying to become better parents, better humans for better humanity. But the loneliness within these people is alarming. How do you handle a lonely moment in a place where you feel like you are good at, but you feel like you're lonely as a person?
I mean, to be honest, bro, the loneliness thing is something it's our fault. It's something we have brought onto ourselves by being too smart. Being too smart means the world has sold us having the latest gadgets, having the PS5, having the huge flat screen. It basically means now a guy gets an apartment. After campus, you get an apartment, 1 bedroom, get your big screen, your PS5, your Netflix, you get your Pornhub subscription. Yep. And then you have social media. So you have all these friends you've never met around the world. But you're all buddies, you DM each other, you follow people you've never met. Now you have AI models, you have everything else. So everything is happening on screens in your house, but not physically. And we have made it okay. So when you come from work, pop, back into your apartment, so you have no time to connect again with people for fellowship, for networking, and when the lockdown came and school was shut down, church was shut down, when they were opened again, abantu abasinga, the most people in the world didn't go back. Half went back. Half were like, hey, let's go back outside. The other half were like, I can drink from inside. I can be. So they come back home. The moment they get back, because they've been stuck 4-5 hours in jam, the moment they get back home, they watch one Netflix series, play FIFA, they go to bed and they're okay. Wake up in the morning, back to work, the grind, back home. The girlfriend breaks up with him because he's got Pornhub, he's all right. He's got an AI girlfriend, he's all right. So eventually now, you get into a world where you're all right because your real friends are on the socials. The people you follow, the LeBron Jameses, the idols. And you go away from God. And God means seeing your mom, checking on your mom, hanging out with your friends, who are your neighbors, watch together. And that's this generation's, I think it's this generation's cancer, bro. And we have to fight it. And that's why they say, mgene mizikiti, mgene church, go and commune, guys, go meet people. But we're not doing it. Man. And we're not, trust. And people die in their apartments 2, 3, 4, 5 days later. That's when they come looking for you. Kick down the door. On your PC dead. You were probably jerking off or doing something, and that's it. And we'll take you to church, make a big fuss. Oh, he was such a great guy. But the last few years, you were lonely as fuck, bro. You understand what I mean? So I just feel like it's... And yet your mom is there. And all she wants is 10 minutes on phone with you, come see the older man in the village, send her 50K. But now, bro, you're spending 5 million on a bloody gadget, on a PS5, on whatever. Hello? So the humanity bit of it, just connecting, loving, has just made us so... And look at the divorce numbers. Look, we can break up, it's okay, because the last 2 years of that relationship, they were both on their phones. So technology has ruined us. We talked about Facebook and how it's how it broke up marriages. You think about WhatsApp and Instagram and all these things. Why did you like her post? So couples are splitting, kids are disconnected. Technology, this generation's cancer. And it won't go anywhere because every year you have to get the new iPhone. You have to get this. There's so many new Wi-Fi hookups. Now you can learn from home. You don't need to go and sit in a classroom with your friends. So even the community of kids is getting... Kids are so materialistic. Daddy, go buy me this. Daddy, I want the PS this. Daddy, take me to the playground. Dad, I'm like, nigga, no. In Australia now, there's a new rule that kids below 16 cannot have social media. That should be the whole world, bro. Let kids go back and play, get dirty, fall and grind. Now when you say you can't do this, they sulk, they suck their finger, and they, oh, bro, we are in trouble. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Who will come to their funeral services? You're going to have funeral services where there's a casket, a pastor, and a camera for people to watch you on Zoom in their homes. Because ain't
It
nobody
has
going to be in
become a
that
norm.
church.
It has become a norm,
We've
man.
created that.
Yeah.
It's the norm. You see what I
And-
mean? So,
And even us just doing this, whereby we are having a conversation and like I'm just seeing you through the screen, you're just seeing me through a screen. For me, it's a cringe. I would like us to have like a conversation when you're just
I
stand
want to
next
smell
to
your
me.
cologne, bro. Like,
Let's
what cologne is
talk.
this?
Let's hear each other out. Let's feel each other in that moment. Because, like for example, if you shared something that is so emotional, am I just gonna tap the screen like I'm tapping on your back? Hey, man, I'm here for you. No, but we've just made it so normal that our minds have adjusted
Love
to
being
it.
introverts.
We spoke about the mind earlier on, and I want us to have like a different perspective from the angle of mental health. When all these things happen, the mind starts telling us that it's okay, let's adjust, if others are doing it, why can't I do it, But what's its ripple impact on our mental health generally? I know you might not have like all the specifics of like the clinical aspect of it, but from a personal perspective, what do you think would be the impact of this loneliness and making things normal on our mental health?
I mean, bro, early death.
That's the point,
when
man. Early
you've had the
death.
saying when, you've had the saying, umchala wa first, the
Dies.
husband,
Yeah.
never lasts long. Yeah, you've seen that many of our uncles, if the wife does first, Auntie Gundi, the husband a year later is gone, or 2 years later, because the guy has been used to his wife being at home, a warm meal, even if they're fighting, just having love somewhere. So it's the same thing, if the loneliness gets too much, because you had people in school, you went to campus, then get into your mid-20s, and then you're alone in some apartment in Stockholm because you're jobbing. By the time you get into your 30s, that depression, it becomes a cancer, bro. And they say loneliness is worse than cigarette smoking. So early death. Because they say even when you retire early, you die early because you've lost the zeal to fight, reason to live. You don't have a kid to look at, your friends to fight for, or a girlfriend to want to be alive for. Many men will work hard the day he gets a beautiful woman. Once he gets a gorgeous girl who makes him great coffee, looks good, nice melanin, that guy will be like, let me even get another job. Let me fight. Let me stop driving this small car. Let me get a bigger car because of this new girl. So that's life. When you have reasons to do stuff, you'll do stuff. People, let me get a simple example. If you remove the Premier League from Uganda, the last 30 years of the last 20 years of the Premier League, do men leave their homes to go to the bar? The ones who don't drink.
I think they'll just stay in their homes. I mean, look at how many used to live back
exactly.
then.
So they got a reason. Yeah. So the Premier League give them a reason. Kanve waka, kangina be Arsenal yange. So use that same reason with, bro, I got friends. Let me go check on my buddies. Let me go check. And because of love thy neighbor, you love yourself, it means you're going to get more deals, more connections, more business plans once you go to people's barriers or to go to church, you go to a dinner here, because you're going to meet more people. And by meeting more people, you ask more questions. What are you doing these days? Oh, now I'm a baker. Oh, let me have a deal next week. And that's how you get deals. If you stay cocooned, guess who won't get money? And when you have no money, no jobs, depression, sadness, then you get a loan from the bank, then you can't pay off the loan, then suicide. So all the things just come down pressuring you to, what am I doing in my life? You get into your mid-40s, oh man, all my friends have kids, what do I do? So then you start running all these races in your head, all because you just cocooned yourself. And I just feel like, bro, early death.
Yeah.
Because again, between the ages of 20, because you're 28, between your age and my age, and I'm really old, the number one killer of guys the last few years, between your age and my age, was, I think, suicide and depression.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, student loans. What am I gonna do?
Man.
I got dumped. I only have 5 likes on Facebook. Oh, I lost in betting. You get so even before sickness, accidents, COVID, just the first 5 killers of these people, just lifestyle, depression and suicide. Mindset. you clean that up. we live long.
KK, one of the things that really comes to me while you're speaking about that is the fact that you've been in the media space for almost now 15, 16 years, 20 years?
20 from 2007.
20 years.
So 2000.
Wow.
Oh yeah, okay. 16
Well,
years.
man,
Yeah.
you've done well.
17
Job
years.
well done. but I just want to highlight the aspect of like people who work in the media space. We work to make the people who are watching us out there feel like everything is okay. Like we smile on screens, behind the mics, the voices are like crystal clear. But like when that mic turns off, when that recording button just shuts down or shuts off, what races through your mind? Like, how is your life? How have you managed to do it for the last 20 years? Because you're a charming guy from all the people that I've met that know you. Like you're always, happy, vibrant, always outgoing. Like, how have you managed to maintain all that?
I mean, it's a cocktail of things. It's a bunch of things, really. The first few years, I would be researching as I worked because I was trying to be good. So I'd listen to like another radio presenter before I go on my show. Then I get his energy. I come and bring it on air as well. That helps you off air by listening to others to get better. And then, having a great co-host, because that becomes your best friend. So whether it's Sima or Maritza, Rudende, over there, some of the best co-hosts I've had, whether it's on radio and TV, you need to have a great group. So when the mics go off, you get, whether it's Yvonne or Ernest Wasake, there have been a bunch of them. Because if you hate each other and the mics go off, that's a cancer, bro. It means you can't give the best version of yourself on the show. You come to work saying, I have to work with this person. And so when you go on in the mic, your happiness won't be real. You open the mics and you crack a joke and you laugh, but it won't be real. You have to fix those relationships. So that, again, love thy neighbor, right? We go back to the commandments, right? It also means because you're good with what's happening in your community, you're good with the mic. You don't fear to talk. If you're cheating from your landlord, you fear to be on the mic because they're listening in, right? And then later when I really started praying and go closer to God in 2013, off the mic, 4:20, I go down to the mosque to pray. If I'm on the show, I have to have time for God. After the exit at 7 p.m., I'm at the mosque at Mukwano. I'm praying just to thank God for the opportunity to actually have a job. And then also look at the role models like Steve Harvey, who's great and funny, who's, before he begins every show, he's also praying. So all those little things over the years, just, like I said, research and learning from these guys, co-hosts, God, all those things would help when the mic goes off. Because many presenters be depressed because the money is little. So he's giving you a good time, but as the mic goes off, he's thinking,
the money is little. That's a statement right in there. Money, especially like young adults today, man. Like we want to live a life that is so bougie, that it shows that we have everything figured out.
Because you're a star, but your pockets aren't being a star.
Right. It's killing us.
And so it kills. And if you came into the business to be a star, you are doomed.
Why did you
people love you and they're waiting to see you, but
why did you get into the business of media? You never came with the mentality of being a star?
Nah, I came because it was easy to do. I felt like I was looking for an easy way because my mom kept disturbing me. Go back and study, do this course. So I was just like, I need to get a job quickly so she can stop bugging me to study. So I had that getting into radio could be an easy way because from school they would say, you can guy, you're funny. So I'd be like, let me get a job here, get my mom off my back. Because I would listen to Sanyo FM all the time. And so I heard that there was a competition somewhere. I got into it. Boom, 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 boom. So it was more of a lazy move, being a Motoro boy. And when I got in, I
Right.
realized, wait a minute, oh, it's actually fun. Let me try and get better at this. Oh, people think that was nice. Let me. So it was more of God playing
Yeah.
his chess moves, yeah, because only He knows us, yeah. So it was just
You know,
lead me, Lord, and let me
you
find
just
my way in
mentioned
this thing.
you just mentioned
Yeah,
the group of being on radio in the group that you've worked with. You mentioned a few names in there, and I realized we've had almost conversations with all of them. Like I've had Maritza on the podcast, I've had Rudy on the podcast. Now I have you on the podcast. I'm only missing Sima. I think we should be able to reach out to Sima and have her on the podcast as well, so that the
She'll
circle
come.
is
She would love to
complete.
be on it. Yeah, all of us. Cynthia, Sabrina, all my people.
So
Guhi.
okay, let's talk about the future, man. You've been doing radio for the past 20 years. Right now, I understand you're getting into farming. How do you shift gears? How should someone who is in the media space? I've seen Mildred Tuhaise as well, like doing farming. I've seen who else have I seen doing farming? Kabushenga also doing farming. What's in farming? What's there?
I mean, it's when we grew up in school. Going through school, they told us that it is the backbone of our economy, farming, right? And they told us from day one, farming is where the money is. Our president keeps telling us, you guys are broke because you don't farm. And so many of us, we kind of got lost in the whole, I need to go to school, get a good job. Then the truth is, and kumbite limba, you get so. You get to a point where you realize, you know what, I just need to knuckle down, find what works. It won't work out in the first 2-3 years, but find what works, grow with it, and keep going, because you can never go wrong with food. And then improve on it, and then find the crops that will get you a killing, and you never know where you'll go. And so, just like Robert, Kabushenga has met the world. He's met dignitaries. He drove that whole thing of meet the Pope, vision, whatever. He's been the baddest guy in media, Mr. Robert Kabushenga. Capital Gang. But for him to say, you know what, I am ending my career farming, is just the biggest reminder to everybody that as you have your TikTok account and you're a gazillion followers, back home is where that true wealth is. It's not glorious wealth because you gotta go dig, there'll be some bad days. But generally speaking, it will put money in your pocket. I'm still in my season 1 or year 1, and it's not been easy. But when you go back to the Bible, the Quran, God's man, he gave you 7 years of drought, 7 years of plenty, 7 years of this, and there's always farming mishaps and this. So that's a reminder that do not give up in your season 1 or season 2. Keep going. The road to heaven is always harder than the road to hell. You get betting and gambling. Season 1 you win, season 2 you lose, and forever. So I'm going through my season of learning, and it's not even a season of loss, season of learning, understanding, and using that to get better. So it's a great place to be. Get into it, find the fruits and crops that work for you. And coffee.
Coffee.
The EU is giving away whatever grants for guys to do coffee. The love for coffee is growing worldwide. It's legit. It's legal. You can. Man, if Ugandans knew what we know, man, everyone would just be growing something.
That's why they should be able to listen to such conversations, because it becomes like an eye opener for them to know that, okay, if someone else is out there doing this, which means there is a gist that they're seeing in this, I should explore this. You've spoken about coffee. You're growing coffee?
We're trying to get into it, my
that's
brothers
amazing.
and I. We're doing tea.
I have a whole story about coffee, but that will be for another day. But in terms of the gap between the brand and the person, as UKK, you mentioned before about being misunderstood by the public. How do you handle that mental disconnect when the internet's version of KK doesn't match the one looking in the mirror?
When I was much younger, it would kind of disturb me. Oh my gosh, what are they thinking about me? But when you grow older and you have a peaceful relationship with God, it stops mattering as you get older. because then you just try to be the best version of yourself. You try to portray yourself in the best way and the way that you want to be perceived. And according to their worlds and their universes, if they get the wrong version of you, that's on them.
That's powerful.
Understand?
Say that again. That's on them.
Journeys with God.
Not on you. Yeah.
That's on them. You do your best. You get. You send your best version out there. You send your broadcast waves. If in their world there's a hill blocking the waves and they get scattered waves, the ones this side, they get them delayed. There'll be guys who get the best version of yourself. And those are people you need to appeal to and talk to. Those are not people you should be. And the thing about life is don't try to impress everybody. Because then you get depressed. You'd be so sad. Why don't the Democrats like me? No, bros. You know?
Yeah.
Even Arsenal has fans. You understand?
Yeah.
Who love the club.
Yeah.
Genuinely. So when you remind yourself every single day, there's people who actually love this club. You know, they don't like the club that you love, and they are genuine. Then that just solves a lot of problems in your heart. Like you live in countries where the most unknown teams, whether it's I don't know, the Cincinnati whatevers, they'll still fill their stadiums because everything has a following. You get. Everything is loved. So just get your clan, get your village, and make those people happy. Don't try to make everyone happy, because then you make yourself unhappy. Saying, oh my gosh, how come those guys are not feeling me, bro? Even there's some Superman fans who don't care, some Spider-Man fans who don't care for Superman. They're like, screw that guy. This is what I mean.
Sorry to I just need to interject in there, Keke. So for a world where we are living with filters, like, okay, you know, if I put on this filter, I'll look like this, but that's not you. Like, that's not authentic. That's not, you know, you're trying to live within the filter. And we have like curated all these lifestyles in our lives, and it has cost us authenticity, because one of the things that personally I love going out with is authenticity. Like, if I'm not good at anything, I'm not going to do it. If I'm not, you know, okay, there is a difference between trying to do it and you know you can achieve it, but also there is you knowing your strength that you cannot do that, you know. So have you ever lost like an opportunity because you refuse to play a character? You refuse to be unauthentic or inauthentic?
Yeah, many times. I've gotten opportunities to MC events, and then you ask, and it's the sponsor is maybe an alcoholic drink, and the mention the entire time, oh, please enjoy this incredible drink. Okay, now, and I got astaghfirullah. So that car 1.5 milli goes, but then you tell God, that was the devil, all right, testing me. So now that I've said no to this one, where's mine? And he'll always show you why you said no to this. You just have to be patient through it. You get, it's that lack of patience that kills us. Mungu kanukampade. Then you jump. Hey, he's like, trust me. Yes, if you jump on it, he will still bless you. You can trust me, he will bless you, because yes, he has sent it. But if you play the long game of Mungu, he'll be like, ooh, impressive, my son, my daughter. I got something better for you. So gigs will come, things will come, opportunities will come. If you'd be depressed about them, oh my gosh, I had a chance to be an actor, but they told me to kiss a boy and I couldn't do it. You'll die. Just be like, that was the devil. Move on. You get. Even if it's so juicy, it's Hollywood, but the role is against your values. Yeah, that's a tricky one. Yeah. Hollywood comes calling, but they're like, hey, we need you to take off your clothes and do this. And you're like, then go back to the commandments, honor thy father and mother. And you're like, oh, my mom will be heartbroken. Don't do it. Let me tell you something, Amon. Trust me, here's the thing. Say no humbly. It's like, no, I can't do it, but I know a friend who can. Push the friend there. Go back, cry to God on your face, like Jesus did. Jesus would leave his disciples. He goes, washes his face and hands, and puts his face on the ground. Cry to the Creator, like Jesus did, and say, Mukama, I've said no to a gig of a Quentin Tarantino movie. Give me something nice. I swear down, before the year is done, there will be a phone call from some gig, UNICEF, to even look fake. but you'll find yourself in a chi. You understand? And you'll be like, oh wow, I see this. And because you gave God the glory here, you'd even give him the more out here, because he'll take you to this point over here, because this you were thankful till this. Yeah, so don't try to break your back. Don't try to pretend. Don't try to. If you love to pretend and do stuff, and go for it. That's the world actually. We pretend, we dress up, whatever. But if you're like us and you have certain values, stick to them. It might be tempting. There's a gig. No, talk about a betting company. Stick to your values. Trust me, the Creator is always watching. Trust me, He always is. Man. Okay, there's a guy at Manchester United. There's a captain, Mazurui. A guy, he was told to wear a little jacket one day, developed to support about what he said. No, in my religion. Then his teammates were like, "Oh, wait a minute, let's be with that teammate." And boom, it was beautiful. Like, just be. Don't try to impress anybody for anything. Here's the thing. Here's the key thing. Be humble about it. Like, okay, this is a good initiative, but not for me. My mom will kill me. And step aside. Don't be like, this is all. No, just be humble about it and then step aside. The universe will be all right.
From the examples you've just given, really, I think sometimes we just keep our eyes on things that really matter, and we look at them and just think, it just happened. Like that example of Mazarawi. I remember there was also an example of, I can't seem to trace this exact name, but like one of the biggest shows on the sports world on CBS Sports, Katie Abdo, the Jamie Carragher and Henry Shaw. It's called, it's not Golanzo, it's I think Champions League, something like that. This guy was being hosted
on CBS,
and he's Muslim as well, but I think he's from Egypt. And there was a culture where they're not allowed to shake a woman, shake hands with a woman who's not your wife, I think. So he shook Henry's, hand, then Carragher, then Mike Richards, then on Kate brought the hand, and the guy pulled back, and he's like, actually I did this, and Kate was like, oh man, you're humiliating me, and the entire world is watching. The guy explained to them, it's culture, it's, so you don't have to do something that you feel like, pressure is, mounting on you to do it. So the whole world, if it's watching, that's on them. If you feel like those are your values, well and good. Okay, let's speak to like a 20-year-old person who's watching or listening to this, and they're like maybe fresh out of varsity, they're from Makerere, Mok, maybe Kenya, wherever they've gone to uni, and they've been watching all these influencers. Right now we're in the world where influencers are taking off. There's a lot of noise, they want to build a career, they have graduated with their master's or bachelor's degree in whatever they have graduated in, and they want to build a career in their space. How would you advise them to do one thing that would take their career to another level? Yeah, just one thing.
I mean, of course, my most generic advice would be, put God first. I mean, to pray and tell Him everything that you plan to do. Just tell. I told Him in 2002, a long time ago, when I began the radio thing. Like when I began the dream, let me work on radio. I told God, please make me among the most successful to do this, and He helped me get to some level of success. So first and foremost, establish your plans to the Creator who put you there, because you didn't ask Him. He put you there. So be like, well, you brought me here, dude. Help me with this. Then 2, whatever it is, follow your passion. Whatever it is. Because if I know you did a degree in, polishing wood floors. Don't think about your degree. That's for your parents to be happy. That's for them, okay? In fact, if you can, don't put the picture of your degree there, you holding like a thing. But take it off the wall. That's rubbish. Don't think, because when you think of your degree, it will box you in. You work with your papers looking for a job that is going to give you that you studied. Think, I did this degree for my parents, they're happy. Now it's me and the world. What am I passionate about? I like to grab grasshoppers. How do I make this an awesome thing? How about you have AI now. Go to Meta AI and say, okay, Meta AI or ChatGPT, what's up? I am a grasshopper catcher and lover, but I have my degree in whatever. Create for me a career where I can combine these three things to come back with, get a small car, put on the biggest grasshopper, go and sell them in town, play music like this. It's going to coin for you an idea. Then just pursue that and don't get off your passion, because when you stay to your passion, it means that the days where there's no money, the days where people have let you down, pissed you off, it has rained, there are so many grasshopper catchers, you'll still be happy because it was your passion. If you chase other people's passions, when there's no money, there's a war, there's sadness, you'll be depressed. But I even do this. You see what I mean? When I chased the radio thing, eventually I was like, oh, I kind of like this. It meant that even when no one paid me money, I enjoyed being there. So the thing I would tell to you is just chase your passion. Give your parents their degree, let them be happy. Nimusao. Then leave the doctor's degree. Got them like, okay, now time to create sweaters and put them on Instagram. Time to start baking. Chase that passion. Make it look the most amazing. Show the world your passion as well. Because now the world has changed. You can now show off your passion on TikTok. You know, guys, welcome to my wonderful world of collecting safety pins. Ooh. Today we're collecting yellow safety pins. This is yellow. This is green. And be passionate about your passion. Because if we love seeing you love your stuff, we'll love your stuff, you know. The safety pin guy, you get?
Yeah.
That's how it is. The most weird followed people just are passionate. That guy called Kaby Lane, the guy who does this, who says nothing, just does this. Do you know his number one skill? His number one skill is he memorized the whole Quran. It's called a Hafiz. So from Surah Al-Fatiha till Falak al-Nas, he can recite without looking at it. So because of that skill, all he does is this, number one TikToker. And he stayed consistent with that. You understand what I mean? So whatever it is, as long as you're passionate about it, the Creator will bless it. Just have love and pray on it and it will go. So don't copy your friends. Oh, my friends are doing dancing videos. Or my friends are showing off their back. What are you passionate about? But my things are boring. I only like candles. Perfect. Let's go collecting scented candles. Smell them, rate them, judge them, and light them in a room. And see if people will like them. And you know, in Uganda, we give up so quickly. If after 2-3 months, I only have 10 followers, it ain't working. Nah, bro. Keep going. Your current president, your Jaja, when he began, he had like 2 followers. He kept losing in elections. He kept effing up. Then he got some 40 followers. Then they got some guns. Then they kept growing in numbers. And now here we are, how many years later? 40 years? He's still here and he's got a gazillion people that he's taking care of. Father Abraham kicked off with just one son, became the father of nations. So kick off short, but keep going. Do not give up. Trust me. As long as you love it, the Creator will bless it and you'll grow. Just keep going. As I think in the world, Amon, we're number 1 for entrepreneurship in Uganda. We kick off businesses.
No doubt about that.
But we're also number 1 for closing them within the year. Because we give up, like, there's no money. If you're passionate about it, you'll still be there.
I think it goes back to what we call quiet quitting and digital minimalism. Like we've settled for that. Like just because we don't feel comfortable and authentic in our own way of what we're doing and what we've achieved. Like just because there is like a corner office somewhere that you feel like you should be, then you just pull back with, you know, a lot of stress that you're carrying and baggage altogether, and just pull back just because maybe Keke didn't like my post, you know, you give up. Just because your works, you've spent maybe 18 years in school and you feel like you've not gotten a job immediately after school, you just, you know, pull back and pull back and you quit basically. So Keke is saying, man, you gotta be persistent. You gotta know, put in that work, which is something that we believe right here on We Need to Talk podcast. Keke, what's something that young adults need to talk about more often? We need to always talk about it, especially when it comes to business and innovativeness.
Could you repeat that?
What's one thing that we young adults need to talk about every day?
We need to talk about it being okay to fail many times. You know, when you watch highlights, Premier League, NBA, whatever, Sports Center, you put on the highlights, they're showing you highlights, they're showing you LeBron dunking or Steph Curry shooting a step back three over 15 guys. What they don't show you is the misses.
Yeah.
You get? They don't show you Steph being blocked. They don't show you Steph when he had trouble with his knees. They don't show you the fails. They show you the wins. On Instagram, they'll show you a hot little selfie from your crush. They don't show that she spent 25 other different shots, not getting the right length. So when we talk about failure, it's okay to fail, bro. It's okay to fail over and over again. The US president, Mr. Donald Trump, has failed the most times. He has been bankrupt. He's been shot down, hated, disrespected, whatever. I mean, I don't care for him, but that's a strong-willed guy. And I think if there's one thing the world can pick from that dude, Mr. Trump, is his resilience, you know. And so, as young adults, talk about failure and I think we should have a wellness center, you and I, Amon, a failure wellness center, where when you enter the rooms, we don't show you Michael Jordan's or LeBron James's achievements. We show you their failures. That in '96, Jordan, this happened to Jordan. Or here he was caught gambling. Or here his high school teacher didn't give him this. Or here his crush said no. Then walking into a room where I'm saying achievements, accolades, you kind of shrink. If I walk in and I'm seeing Museveni's posts everywhere, I'm like, oh, it's hard to be like Museveni. If we walk into a room and there is, he failed in an election here, or this, or he lost some people here, he lost a friend, like, this is a normal guy. So we need to normalize talking about failure, because in that is how we shall pick ourselves up. You get like, it's okay to fail. My role models sucked so many times. Ladies who can't have kids or struggling to have babies will be like, oh my gosh, my role model has had 15 miscarriages before their first baby. Wow. The story of the late, great Lucky Dube was, he was called Lucky Dube because his mom kept miscarrying. And then when she got him, miscarrying. When she got him, she was so blessed, she called him Lucky. So Father Abraham, I keep bringing him up, he didn't have a son till he was 100 or something. Talk about Abraham's failures. Some people are like, wait a minute. Hey, if Abe can do it, I can do it, you know? Tell the world that Obama only met his dad once or twice. So if you have daddy issues, it's all right. The first black president didn't have a daddy growing up. You're okay. Don't play the victim. LeBron James never met his dad. You are fine. When we play the victim thing, because we know we were fearing failure, we run into failure. If we know it's coming, we'll know how to navigate it, because the greats have all had to maneuver it.
So, KK, we've had this conversation almost 60 minutes now, and so far, I think everyone listening in knows that they have to do something about their life to find the path they need to go into. Is there something else that you want to talk about before we bring in a question that was asked by our previous guest? Because we have a norm here that we've started, that a previous guest leaves you a question so that you can give them a solution, or you can give them an idea on how to deal with that quest that they're on. Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to ask you a question, Amon. I mean, you are in a state that as a kid I grew up idolizing and loving, Chicago, because Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. I know Oprah Winfrey. Apple Studios are in Chicago. I know Fox River in Prison Break. Yeah, Barack Obama was a senator. As well, right?
Man, that's
it's, you have the greats, you know, in basketball, in first black president, greatest TV host of all time. It's a city of great peeps. How does it feel? I know it's windy out there, but how does it feel breathing that air, knowing some global greats have drank this water, walked these streets, and have been inspired to be the best versions of themselves out here, for you, Ugandan boy? How does it feel?
Honestly speaking, I feel like this is something that God has destined for me, because I never knew that I would come back here, or I never knew that I would step even in Chicago, first time. But the fact that the journey has led me here, and I've gotten to learn most of the things of like how the culture operates here, and it's something that has kept me going. For the first time that I got into Chicago, I saw everything different, man. Like, you read about the greatness of Chicago and you're like, man, what am I doing with my life? I should be pursuing something better. I should be pursuing more on what I'm doing. And when you look at like all the dignitaries you've mentioned, like Obama just launched another headquarters, and all the things that are within Chicago, they make you wanna, strive for more. When you're walking around Chicago and you're looking at that like Trump building, and you're like, he is the president right now. When you look at the history of all like rappers and hip hop stars that have been developed through Chicago, you feel like, okay, I should put my hallmark within this place. So for me, it feels more of like an opportunity, really, to grow, but also to strive for more. That's why I've not given up. Like, that's why we're even having this podcast, because when I came here, it was challenging. Why? I needed this podcast to run because I knew its impact on the community, one, but also its impact on me as a person. Because when I have such conversations, it helps me, it's like mental food for me, that's one, but also it helps me learn a lot of things. And there are very many people who listen to such conversations that they pick a lot of things and learn a lot of things from such conversations. So I knew this podcast had to keep running. And for the first year that I was here, that was 2023, I think. Yeah, when I came here, it was so challenging, man. I had this pressure of wanting this podcast to run, but also I had no means. Everyone kept on telling me you should just use your phone, record and stuff like that. I'm like, yes, I know that, but I needed to be like this at some point. So I kept going, man. I kept pushing. Towards the end of 2023, we did half a season. We did 6 episodes because it was almost the end of the year. And I'm like, yep, now at least I've done something. For me, that was gratification. I'm like, at least I've done something. Then in the next year, it was a norm. Then it so happens I travel back home. That's now another whole destabilization of the thing, where you would expect to have things running because you're home on ground. But then after a few weeks, you're back here again. Things go back to the norm. But for me, the reason why I'm highlighting that is there is opportunity when you're ready to take it in Chicago, and breathe that air of like greatness, feel the pressure that it comes with. What else do you need, man? Like, it's just right there. It's just right there. You just have to grab it, utilize it, and move on. Yeah.
Make the most of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Man, you just made a show from me. I never talk about all these things.
You had to. That's my job, to bring it out of you.
Yeah. The question that our previous guest left you was, why do many people in our society never change anything about their reality? Actually, it's something that we've just talked about, like, opportunities and stuff like that.
Why do people never change?
But why do many people in our society never change anything about their reality?
Because they have been raised wrong. They've been raised with the mindset of, I'm born, primary school, secondary school, UNEB, afterwards, marry, get a loan, get a house, die. They haven't been taught the power of reinventing yourself, the power of travel, the power of rediscovering your passions, the power of, we all don't have to go through the same mindset of degree, but I can stop here, I can do this. So because of that, people get stuck and that's why they'll be stuck in the same job for so many years. But also, I also feel, and I don't know how this will be taken by other people watching the podcast, I think it's a leadership issue as well. Our president, this is it's not a political job, but our president has been around for 40 years. Yeah? In America, how many guys? That's 8 presidents. Okay, that's like 6 presidents. You dig? Because he's not gone away, it means CEOs in companies, it means GMs, it means teachers, it means headmasters will not leave their posts until they are pushed. Do you get? It means everyone doesn't want to move on until they are pushed. So because there's no change at the top, it means everywhere else we're stagnant. So the mindset of this country and this generation is, but if Jaja is there, I can stick here. I can wait 50 years to be CEO of this company. I can't think, you know what, it ain't working for me at this law firm. Let me go sell Kabalagala. You know what, it ain't working for me here. Let me go. You know what, I'm 25 now. Let me stop doing this. Let me start doing this. We find ourselves doing the same stuff because we have been told, keep going, stay the course. Nah, bro. Have term limits to the things that you do. You didn't spend 100 years in primary. You spent 7 years in primary, 6 in secondary, 3 at university. So you should have tap, 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 tap. Let me do 2 here, move, 3 here, tap. Don't be afraid to move. God's greatest men, Abraham, Moses, all of them had to move.
Right.
They didn't stay stuck. They had to move somewhere to be great. They tell you here that the chameleons, the bebekus, are actually more popular out of Uganda than in Uganda. Mamdani sticks in Uganda. He's even here he was struggling to be known. He goes to New York. Everyone knows him around the world. So don't be afraid to reinvent, to redo, to recook, to ask the creator, what do you have for me today? You know? And he'll sort you out. So don't be afraid. Reinvent yourself. Redo. Just change up, switch up, and keep growing.
Thank you, Keke, for sharing that. What would be your question to our next guest? What would you want them to answer for you?
Do I know who they
No.
are? Okay, cool. My question for our next guest would be, how can we change the pessimistic, negative mindset of this generation? Yeah. How can we change them to think more positively? Just one thing we can do together to change. Because I think our biggest enemy is our mindset, our insides. We are okay, guys. We are okay. We are all right. We just need to remind ourselves every single day. Like, no, bro. It's the same rules we're playing at everywhere. Just go. So how do we change that? What do we do? What's that one thing we can do? We can do better.
Well, this has been quite a conversation that I've enjoyed. I hope whoever is listening out there has also enjoyed this conversation. Do you want to come to Chicago?
Inshallah. Well, I'd love to come, bro.
Man, come get some. It's cold out here.
Send me an invite. Yeah, I'd love to come. Come to the Chicago Bulls United Center. I'd like to come to Chicago, bro. Let me go get my passport ready and wait for the invite and visa, money and everything.
All right, Keke. I appreciate you taking time to come by the podcast. I'm glad we did this, and I'm sure it's been so fulfilling for anyone listening, but also for me personally, because I've gotten to see a side of Keke that he never, shares with most of us. Whenever I'm with Keke, it's just vibe. It's it's coffee talks, But this has been more revealing, and I hope you've learned a thing or two. Keke, thank you so much for coming by on the podcast.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. May God keep blessing this podcast, the crew, Alpha, and Eunice. May we grow. May we get the highest height, like the best coffee out there. Inshallah.
Thank you so much. And for you, the viewer, thank you for spending time with us here. I know if you're watching this, wherever you're watching it from, send it or share it with a friend so that they can get to learn things they have to do to clear their path to their success and greatness. And remember to subscribe, because when you subscribe, it's the support that you give us and pushes us further. You can also listen to this wherever you are listening your podcast from. That's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon, wherever you get your podcast from. Subscribe to We Need to Talk podcast and Gather Now Network YouTube channels where this episode is posted. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Until we need to talk more. Bye.